we're live. We are live.
I can't believe we had 4
Oh.
waiting and they couldn't wait.
I couldn't wait the 2 minutes for us to come on. But we're on now. We're live.
Yeah.
I'm Paddy Byrne.
I'm John
Are you, John?
Condron.
Then I think it's worth setting expectations in case somebody's not seen this before.
Well, I'm 4 pints in. I don't know about where Paddy is.
I'm not pints. I'm 4 cans in. 4 cans of punk IPA. I don't get paid to say that either. No, it's been a good day actually. Today it's been a good day. So basically, we used to get together at work and in the pub and look at some cool power platform stuff, didn't we? And then, well, it was before lockdown. You went and got a new job, and so I had no friends. So
just before you got out.
Aye. And so we decided to do this virtually. Get together on a Friday night, sometimes a Thursday, have a few beers, and talk about Power Platform stuff. I'll show John what I'm learning. John will show me what he's learning, and hence the clever title, the catchy title of you show me yours, I'll show you mine. Or if I'll show you mine, if you show me yours, whatever. Sometimes I do. It's been known. So, again, to set expectations, this is very casual. If you're looking for technical wizardry and slick presentations, probably on the wrong stream. It can all go wrong, and we may even so tonight as well. It's me and John. It's tonight, just us. We sometimes have guests. Tonight we sometimes have guests who don't show and tell; they just come in. But tonight we are expecting a few people to come in. But anybody can come in. So if you want to come in, ping me a DM on LinkedIn or Twitter, and I'll send you the Zoom invite, and you can come in and join us and have a bit of chat, a bit of fun as well, and talk about. It's not the Power Platform we talk about. It's everything really. We talk about lighthouses. We talk about SharePoint, Dynamics. I'm from a Dynamics background, and I work with Power Platform. John's from a SharePoint background. He works with Power Platform now as well. So we're coming together, and I think it's just good to share that publicly.
Is lighthouses a new Microsoft thing? Have they rebranded something?
It wouldn't surprise me. Project Oakdale is now Lighthouse. You heard it here first.
Do you know what? If anybody was watching this, they would believe you.
I'm sure they would. And so they should. I'm a trustworthy source. Do you know what? See if it is. That'll be fantastic. We made up.
It's quite good. I quite like it.
It is. Do you know what? That's a good product name, actually.
That might be Microsoft Lighthouse. Build on Microsoft Lighthouse. Oh, it's got that connotation of like safety and like keeping ships safe and like stopping collisions, and I like it, mate.
Gives people focus, you know. It's yeah. I think I might copyright it.
Buy MS Lighthouses, lighthouse.co.com.
Was that not the name of the company in that wee book, that Get Naked book?
Jesus, man, this is
you know the consultancy, the Naked consultancy.
Oh, Getting Naked. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I'm sure there were something to do with lighthouses.
I think you may be right.
Lighthouse consultancy. Yeah, clever name. It's gone then. Somebody's taken it.
Yeah.
Gosh darn it.
But that's a great book.
It's a wicked book. Yeah, if anybody's not read that, Getting Naked.
Yep, part of the. Oh, he's going to be on your show, your other show.
Oh yeah, Mark.
You want to plug that? No.
No, why not? I can never resist a plug. So I done another a night class. Hashtag Power App Nights. Power Apps Nights is part of the virtual power group. Monday night we are talking about Canvas apps offline, and we're going to be joined by NZ365 guy Mark Smith. So he's going to come in on Monday and tell us a bit about his 90-day mentoring challenge. And that was one of the books that he recommended on the 90-day mentoring challenge, wasn't it, John?
Mm-hmm.
Which is awesome. That was one of my favourite ones that he recommended. Mm-hmm. So yeah, he's going to tell us a bit about that. If you've not looked at it, look at NZ365 guy /90day MC is the URL. check that out and register for that. It is awesome, career
Yeah,
changing,
it's incredible.
life changing.
I was going to say, and who's doing the offline power up stuff?
David Small. So
Okay.
David Small, he's another virtual power group admin. He's got something prepped up for us. He's wanting to try and get into speaking and stuff as well. So he's stepped up.
Have you seen the presentation? Do you know how in depth it is, or
No,
otherwise?
Not at all. I did a bit of planning, and he kind of explained to me how it works, so that just in case anything happens, he gets hit by a bus or anything, and I need to step in. I might be able to do it.
That's incredible. Like, he's getting hit by a bus, and you're just going to still go ahead.
The show must go on. The show must go on. You know.
It's just because, like, I've had to deal with offline power ups, and it's been a whole world of pain.
Well, I mean, there's loads of different ways to doing it, as far as I am aware. But we're just going to show people one way that you can do it.
Okay.
And we, you know, the basic concept.
Okay.
There's a lot of problems that can crop up. We're going to be a bit pushed for time, so we need to do the offline power ups, get Mark speaking, and then we'll do a Q&A. But I'm going to hang around afterwards so that we can pick more up if there's any questions. And it could spur on a whole heap of other sessions, because I mean, like I said, there's so many different ways of doing it, and it's so in depth that you could spend hours.
The biggest problem, like, I've found is like or I found with offline apps was just like almost like saving the state, like where you were in a process, you know, was really difficult for me. But I'd be interested to see it.
It'd be cool. It'd be good to chat about it anyway. And then if there's any, well, somebody set him a challenge last time we were on Power Apps Night. Somebody, or was it one of the forums? They set him a challenge to see if they could do something offline. We're not going to go that deep.
Okay.
We might do if there's enough. You know, if there's enough people got loads of questions, we might do another session, and it might lead out to something else. But as I mean, it's a beginners night class. It's not in this section. You know, again, like I said, there's so many different variables that could happen offline. But I think he says he's got quite a good demo of it because he does it on a virtual machine, so he can actually cut the power, because it's quite a hard one to demo. So he's got it running on a virtual machine, and so he can cut the network and show us it working.
So, like that definitely doesn't suit my scenario, because in my scenario, I had to, like, I was on a mobile device, and I had to, if the guy had no internet, then I had to like save that to the device. But if you try and do that that doesn't work in the Power Up Studio, like saving data locally or anything like that.
Right.
So that and also the problem I found with it as well was like it's not just like it is just kind of binary. Like, you've either got a connection or you don't have a connection. Like, there's nothing you can do if you've got a tiny, like let's say your upload is like 1K, like Power Up still thinks you've got a connection, so it's still trying to interact with your data source and stuff like that. So it's really hard work.
Aye. That's maybe, I mean, one of the things I was thinking as well, because you've had quite a lot of experience with it. You should maybe come on as well.
You know me, Paddy, I'm too shy. I'm too shy for that kind of thing.
You could write a song about it.
I'll write you a song
about put canvas ups offline and sing a song, play the guitar for us. About your woe. Is it going to be a happy song or a sad song?
I only do sad songs.
Oh no, not one of those, are you?
Yeah. Although
that makes me sad.
that's the point. Although I'm going to be in a movie, Paddy. You know this?
Yeah.
I'm also a movie star now.
Tell you what. Why don't you plug that, John? Why don't you give your movie a plug?
Okay, the movie's called to all you millions watching worldwide.
Somebody's just dropped off. I'm not even kidding.
Oh, that's incredible. I'm going to be a movie star. But anyway,
tell us more about it.
I play a miserable musician singing sad songs in a pub.
Biopic.
It was a real stretch for me, like real method acting. But it's coming out in Christmas. It's mental, isn't it?
That's good. That's good stuff. I was in a movie as well. Been in a movie.
Okay.
I was.
You played a drunk guy, didn't you? Or
drunk passed out guy at party.
There you go.
Yeah. The name and lights.
It's coming out at Christmas. It's called Lost at Christmas. It used to be like, it was called Perfect Strangers, but now they've rebranded it as Lost at Christmas.
Oh, cool.
But I mean, it's got like proper folk in it. Like it's got Doctor Who's in it.
Doctor Who? David Tennant?
No, Sylvester McCoy, who's also in The Hobbit. Like I was watching The Hobbit. I was watching The Hobbit the other night, and I was like, "Oh, there's my mate. That's my mate, Sylvester McCoy."
Oh,
and
cool. He was my favourite Doctor Who when I was a kid.
Is that right?
Because it's the only one I really remember.
Sanjeev Kohli as well, Naveed.
Oh, right, aye.
And Claire Grogan. Mental.
Awesome.
But anyway.
Cool. We digress.
Do you want me to show you something cool?
No, I don't know.
No, you want to wait for?
Yeah, no. Tell you what, no. I think you should. I think we should get cracking on that.
No, John, you're right. I think we should wait for because I think other people would be impressed by this.
Okay, so should we talk about CGS terminology then?
You said something about that, and I don't know.
So this is the big news that was kind of slipped under the carpet. The CDS Common Data Service, we're no longer dealing with entities anymore at all.
Is that so?
No, there's no such thing.
So they're dropping the dynamics terminology.
Dynamics is dropping the I wonder if it is. Dynamics is dropping the dynamics terminology. It's they're tables. So it was introduced in Project Oakdale, as we noticed, to make it kind of user friendly for office workers, a bit more easy to understand from what we know. And then so you've got tables. So entities are tables. You got fields are columns, which makes sense. Option sets, which are drop-down lists, are called choices, and a two-option field is a yes/no field. And they've just renamed everything. Everything's been relabeled throughout the Maker Studio. And so if you go in looking for entities, it's not there. You get a tables.
I just got a message from someone saying that it's not working on YouTube. It's just showing as black, and it's got two people watching, and it's me and you.
Shall we check? It says it's live.
Yeah, I know, and it seems to be working for me.
This will be the shortest the shortest let's have a look.
Like it's still like I'm on YouTube and it's showing as live now, but it says two people are watching, and I imagine you're watching.
I'm on a private browser and yeah, it's working fine. So we're live.
All right.
Yeah, all good. So it's just whoever messages talking shite.
I just said go refresh. So afternoon.
So yeah, it's probably better watching a blank screen than this.
This is gold. No, what I was going to say was that terminology is more suited to like a developer working with a database. You know, like databases have tables and fields and or columns, and like that makes more sense to a developer.
Aye.
As opposed to entities.
Yeah, I mean, my opinion is that I hate it.
Really? Why?
I'd hate it because it's not even the fact that it makes it easier to explain it to clients, but an entity in the terms of dynamics and the common data service, it's more than a table. There's a lot of other stuff going on with it, and to call it a table, it's almost doing it an injustice. And also, a table is just somewhere you chuck stuff. You don't chuck stuff in an entity. An entity serves a purpose. And I really want people to, when they're creating and building their schema and creating their entities, to think about what it means. Don't just create a table and say, there's a table, chuck some data in it. I think people should think about it and think about what it means. Because you've got views, just off the top, you've got views, you've got also it's got loads of relationships as well, which tables do have relationships in that as well. But it's also got, even if you put a choices field now on a table, that's actually not one table. That's you've got two tables straight away, because you've got at least two tables straight away, because you've got another table in the background called for the option set. Activities, 3 or 4, 5 different tables. It's an entity. It's not a thing. And again, I think it stops. Again, I see the point in it, but it stops people thinking about it as having a business purpose and a need. It seems like, for me, it just sounds like somewhere to chuck data. And
see, like I said, from a developer point of view, they're familiar with the concept of an entity, because they build the entity in their program based on tables, and so I think it must come from that. It must come from trying to get developers more involved in the common data service, and because there's loads of our discussion about why should I not have my Azure SQL database, and why should I move to the common data service? So I think that's where it is. I think it's Microsoft trying to encourage developers to go to the common data service and not have their standalone SQL servers in Azure. Although, surely they must make money. I guess they make money either way, but
I do. But I mean, surely that is the reason to move to the common data service, because you're not just dealing with tables, you're dealing with entities. You've got all this other functionality around it. Surely that's the selling point. But it's obviously been done for a good reason. I'm no expert on these things anyway. So,
apparently they've tried to refresh. So I'm going to just try on my phone, see what happens.
We've got no viewers now, so yeah, we're fine.
We're golden, mate.
Anyway, so another thing that I thought was quite cool that I've been using, this is a tool that I'm new to, and it's called Claxon. I thought it was wicked. So what I'll do, I'll share my screen and I'll show you it. I'm not going to go over it in too much detail. What have I done? But then we'll get into you showing me some cool stuff. I've just added a third screen, and the amount of times I've shared the wrong screen this week has been horrendous.
I get ready one. I get fed up.
So this is Claxon. So what I did, I create. I think you've seen this before, but you can create an app from Edge. So if you go into, let me pull up Edge. And so that's the menu here. You can actually go to apps and click you install this site as an app, which is a good wee feature. And so you don't need to do that. I just like to use it like this. But Claxon's a web-based whiteboard type app, and you add post-it notes on it. So like it allows you to take notes quickly. Because one of the things now that I'm starting to do a lot more creative work, I'm really missing a good whiteboard that I can share with people. And so I've started using this Claxon app during all my workshops and stuff. And these are notes that I took from the adaptive card session last week.
Cool.
But it's essentially just sticking notes that you click plus, you write something down, and you bung it on the app. But the quickness and the speed that it works, and the way you can just like draw shapes around stuff really easily and segment stuff out, and it comes with like a whole load of templates as well. So like if
I think my boss is going to love this. I'm going to pass it off as I found this.
it's quality. Like, so let me see if I can take. I'll start a new one. So if I go home, and then there's tons and tons of different templates and stuff. But say I wanted to create a new board. Let's just do weekly. Again, it just comes out. Use this template. So it comes with a load of out of the box stuff anyway. It sticks it there, which is good. But you share with it as well. So it plugs into Teams as well. So when you're in a chat in Teams or a meeting in Teams, you can ping it onto the call or the chat, and people can move things about the board. So like participants can modify their ideas, but participants can only move around the board. You can like different post-it notes and stuff like that. You give them access via that code or through network or through Teams. And so if I zoom out, this is like just an example. But the idea is it's for gaining ideas quickly, and you just shove it on and you can just move them all around.
I like it.
But see, there's some really good templates, like kind of focus boards and stuff like that. That's really good. And it just comes out of the box. I've started, it's a bit of a learning curve getting used to how you do it, how to use it. But I use it for all my workshops this week. And see, rather than just taking notes on OneNote, you can just whack post-it notes on. I'm not sharing it. I'm not doing collaborative work with it yet, but you can just whack notes and post-it notes. You'd end up taking a lot more notes. You get a lot more value out of them because you can move them about. And as like I said, I did that off the adaptive cards one the other week, and I haven't tidied that up, other than straighten that bit and that bit up, because these were down here a wee bit. Like, I haven't tidied that up. I've just that was my notes after the session.
Then kind of
took a couple of screenshots, added some post-it notes, made some links between some of the different options, and like I said, that was moved a bit down here, and this was a bit further down, and I just brought them a wee bit together. But you just get some quite good visual notes quickly that you can say to your customer that, like, that's the meeting. And I just think it works really well. And hopefully once you get better using it, because I tried using the Teams whiteboard, and I tried another couple of whiteboard things, and they were just a nightmare. Whereas this was good. So, and I saved it as an app. So actually, it's just a web app. So what I did is saved it as an app using Edge. Download this site as an app. So that's like an app on my machine now. Which, it's not an app. It just thinks it's an app. My machine thinks it's an app.
You showed me that before the save this as an app, and I thought it was great, and then I totally forgot about it because I never use Edge. But it's good to just have that. I think it's great.
Cool. So I just want to share that with you. So back to you then, John. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. If I can. And then
let's have a wee look at what I was going to show. So I made a YouTube channel, and I made a video and everything.
Oh, look at
Johnny C365. Like, it's genuinely more just for me to, like, if there's something I think is useful for me, then just to record it and say, I think this is cool. And then if other people go and look at it, then that's magic tape. But it's more just a record, because you know that way where you do something for one customer and you think, oh, that was really good, and then 6 months later it comes up again, and you're like, how did that? What did I do? You know, like how did I do that? Or so I thought I would just start recording it.
Yeah, do
putting it out there.
It's brilliant, because you don't know who that helps. Like, that's what I'm saying. We started doing this, and the amount of views and the good feedback we get from doing this is unbelievable. We're just doing it for a bit of a laugh, and but you just don't know who it's going to help. And if you speak the same language as somebody on the other side of the world that's having a problem, and you help their cause, you know, brilliant.
100%.
And you can't beat it. I can't figure out how to stop sharing my screen.
Are you kidding?
No. Again, I can't find the stop screen, the stop share button.
Oh my god!
I've been trying this, but I've been speaking to you, I've been darting about like, where the is it? It must be my new monitor setup. Must be a way. It's not there. Oh wait, it's in the middle of my third monitor.
See, man, I had 2 monitors plus my laptop, and like I never looked at my laptop anyway. And then I had and I was just like, just get it away, man. And then I've got my laptop so I can stick something on there if I just want to look at that while I'm typing or something like that. But in general, I don't know, maybe I'm getting old, man. I can't deal with all this, like too much information.
Oh no, I love it. I've seen a guy on Twitter, Elio Strife. I don't know if he's got his name right, and he's got it sorted. So he's got his laptop, his screens, and right in the middle of his screen, he's got his iPad, and he's got Teams. That's where he presents to. So that's his camera for presenting, and he looks at people in Team, and it just all works really well. I think that would work great. You can't have too many screens.
Nah, you absolutely can, as you just demonstrated.
Anyway, so John, it's that time. You show me yours.
Here we go. So what I'm going to show is, I better hide that first. I'll show you the first video I've done.
Cool. You're not just going to play back a video.
Nah, but I'll kind of go into a wee bit more depth than I did in the video. Do you know, I think my background's cool as well.
I think it's wicked, aye.
It's like, this is my wee journal where I keep all my ideas.
And that's within Power Apps, isn't it?
It is indeed. Yep. So I had a customer who said, like, I thought that this would be a thing that should just be a thing within Power Apps. Like, you know, I want to show a list or a gallery, and then I want to delete something. So, but I want to just like select them and then delete them. Like, that is a pretty standard thing within software in general, isn't it? Like, you know, you show a list of stuff, you want to get rid of a couple of things. It should be straightforward. And I was like, why is this not just there? So I'll show you it working, and then I'll come back and show you how it works. Is that all right?
Aye, it's spot on.
So we've got, this is my data source. This is my SharePoint list with my 3 items in it. It could be any data source. It could be CDS. It could be Dynamics. It could be anything. So I've got a gallery here where let me move that. My data source is the issue tracker. I just showed you issue tracker. And all I want to do is select a couple items and delete them. So if I just run that, I can see, right, I don't want my broken desk anymore. I don't want that, and remove them. I got my wee guy licking the lollipop there. And so I've obviously added a couple of things to bring up that that kind of overlay to make sure that what you want to do is what you want to do. And so, yeah, why not? Let's get rid of that guy. And there you go. It's away. If we go back to our list, hit refresh. We've only got that one item. And like I say, it's like it took me ages really to figure out how can I do that. You know, like it was a customer who was saying, "This is the functionality we want. We want to be able to look at a list and say, right, get rid of that, and take it away." And I was like, because normally what another option you could do is just have it on your on select of your gallery item to say delete. But then what do you do if you've got other options, if you want to click in and get more detail and stuff like that? So all I done was I put in this wee checkbox and the on check of that, I collect it. So you can see here, collect into row selected this item. So I take that item from a data source and put it into this collection called row selected. Then on my remove from this list, all I do there is I've got this variable called are you sure? And that's what triggers the overlay. So you've got two steps. Make sure you don't just want to delete stuff, because again, in general applications, that's how it works, isn't it? Like, you get a are you sure?
Aye.
Do you really want to delete this? Blah blah blah. So
yeah, you shouldn't be deleting anything without that.
Exactly. On this absolutely no way, all I do is set that to false, and effectively that's the variable for that's the onVisible property for those overlay objects. So if I go back and do that again, on my sure why not, all I do is remove if in issue tracker, the ID of the item in issue tracker is in the ID of any item in row selected. So I thought that was like really, like after all the time spent trying to figure it out, I thought it was really like clean and like nice.
Yeah, it's only 3 lines.
3 lines of code. Well, one of them is, like the other two are just window dressing, really.
Tidy up stuff.
Aye. So like clear row selected, update the context to get rid of your overlay, and I was like,
so I've used cool. Update if before. Remove if actually deletes it from the data source.
Yep. And update if, I think, is a nightmare.
Right.
Because update if only updates the columns or the fields that you've specified. So if you don't put anything, then it'll just give you a blank. And so, like, if you just want to update one field in your data source, it'll update that field and then blank the rest of them.
Right.
Have you not come across that?
No, I've not come across that now.
I think update if is a horrific
the
function. So yeah, let's delete that, and then we're going to.
Yeah, cool.
I've got this wee button here, just to give me more data.
That's probably sample data.
Yeah. But I it's really simple, but I think it's useful. I think that, as I said, I spent a long time trying to figure out the best way of doing that, or the best way of highlighting a lot of data and then getting rid of stuff. And like, I think that that's maybe not the way that collections were designed to be used, but that's always what happens, isn't it? Like,
but that's why a lot of things with Canvas apps, though, like it's a very new technology, and so some of the things to us I'm not a developer, but to developers and people with a technical background, they don't make sense, but they actually do. Once you get them, do you know what I mean? And I think that's the thing. It's just getting your head around how they work and all its wee nuances. And I will say that's the dynamics was the same in
But I think that's
it's the same. That's part of the fun. Part of the fun is getting in the skill as well, and is knowing all those wee nuances and knowing what because you think this should do this, and then it doesn't. But the reason us as consultants get paid what we do is because we know most of it, or at least have a rough idea of what all the wee nuances are.
And I think that like having because it is new, and like having that wee moment of like, oh yeah, I'm doing something that's quite cool, man. Like, and I know that like if I was in the pub talking to my mates about this who are no developers, they'd be like, "What are you talking about, man? This is like I don't care." Like how, but like when you show people and they're like, "Oh man," like and something clicks in them, like if I'm talking to guys in work and it's like something's like clicked in them, like, "Oh, I could use that for this, or I could use that for that." I think that's really cool.
Yeah, that's what they're aiming for. It's brilliant. I love your app. Looks beautiful. See the that's the thing. I'm quite
sorry. Do you know the reason I've done that was like I wanted to make it like that people who are just starting as well are like, oh yeah, I can make something that looks cool as well. Like rather than just the standard gallery, the standard background, like standard buttons. Like all the demos you see are just that. But I was just like, plus I wanted to be like mine, like. And then, if, like I said, I've got this wee notebook where I keep my ideas, and all these wee notebooks are like different things. So, do you want me to go on to my next one?
I've got a question for you first.
Okay.
Your notebook, are you going to make it publicly available? As a download, like so you can extract that in a solution or even just an app, just extract it as a zip file.
Sure.
That'd be cool, just to have that.
So,
ability to go and
if I'd done that, if I'd done that for you, all you would have to do is set up a SharePoint site, use the what's it called again? Issue tracker. Use the issue tracker template for lists now. Like you can do lists in teams, and effectively, if you create a list in a team, then it just creates it in the SharePoint site that Teams creates. And so if you imported this into your environment, all you would have to do is change your data source to your issue tracker, and it would work.
Brilliant. I think you should do that. I think you should publish that and keep updated. You could just put it on GitHub as like just a wee.
Can you do that with Power Apps? I don't know.
Well,
I'm not very good with GitHub.
Just export them. Just export them as you can export them as a zip file and stick on a GitHub. You could put like any files on GitHub, can you? And just
I mean, I've got no issue with that. Like, if somebody wants,
I think that'd be really cool.
Plus, like,
because it'll grow over time. I'm
always like, what do you call it? Like, I'm just finding my way as well. Like, I'm no.
Well,
everybody, like, I feel as though everybody is, and like, obviously, you've got people who are dynamite, but like, I'm definitely just feeling my way. And so, like, I would love somebody to come and say, well, you could have done this or you could have done that. Like, I'm really kind of happy if that's a thing as well.
Good stuff. No, it's wicked. Do something else.
I've got something else, mate. So it's kind of the same principle, but can I not do that? There we go. So this is page 2, mate. Keep a wee page number. So
good.
This was to do with what I can't remember what exactly what the customer wanted, but it was for timesheet entries. So the way it was set up before was the user put in their details, clicked add to SharePoint, and it put it in SharePoint, and then they were like, oh no, that was wrong, or they wanted to change it and they couldn't, or the app didn't let them do it, and stuff like that. So I was like, well, surely all we need to do is put it into a collection. They can check it over, and then once they're happy with what they've got, they put it into the data source. In our case, it's SharePoint. So if I just run this, so this is using the same list, in fact. So if I do this is a thing, and add that to, add that to the collection. So this only exists in the context of our app at the moment. So if we go back to SharePoint, that's because I made a mess of it there, wasn't it? Sorry, there we go. So this only exists in our app. So we can add another one, Paddy issue, Paddy.
That's the beers kicking in, John.
Isn't it? Do you like all my people here? This is from the Microsoft, like when you set up when you subscribe to the developer subscription, and you can preload like fake people and fake users and stuff like that. So this is all the fake users. So we'll get to our Diego. We'll make it Paddy has critical issues. So as I say,
there's half my moments.
So this, as I say, only exists in right now. If you were to come out with this, like they would be gone. It wouldn't be a thing. But once we add it to SharePoint, that populates our issue tracker here. So where are we? This is a thing. Paddy has issues, and like I think it's really useful as another wee check. So like in my real world example, let me just add again. And in my real world example, like I would have a button here that would delete them before they didn't before they uploaded them to the data source. But I thought just for this, that's fine. We can come back to that. That would just be another remove if maybe, or I remove if. Can't remember, but it would be straightforward. Or even you could add in the same principle as I've got here. You could add these buttons or these checkboxes and then a delete. So you can combine my videos, mate. Honestly, it's going to be a narrative through them all.
A narrative.
But so
something that I think that's really important as well, though, because my last couple of night classes have been about collections and saving data to data sources. I always use CDS as an example. But so the first one was about understanding collections, what collections were, and the second one was about how to get that collection up to your data source, because that's not, you expect just to do like a patch, but that's not an easy feat sometimes.
Well, that brings me on to my next thing. So what I do in this particular instance is on my on start, I do a collect to this collection issue tracker, the defaults of issue tracker. So effectively that gives you a blank record in your collection. And then I don't want a blank record. Otherwise, when I try and collect back, it's going to error because title's blank and all that kind of thing. So I clear that, but so if I just run that.
Tell you what, that's a really good idea, that, because I have it. So the ones that the examples I use, I didn't think about just collecting just defaults, because then your columns are the same, and it's the columns. Exactly. It's when they're not the same that the problems happen, because you can it makes it dead easy just to pick a collection with the same columns and put it in a data source with the columns. But if you've not got that collection to begin with and you're just adding stuff, then that's so. What I did in my section was I set I used add columns to add another column to it, and I used the ID, because if the columns are similar, if there's any difference at all, this doesn't work. And it was, if you use the ID column, it only updates the first one. So I don't know if this is just SharePoint, but I had a collection, and my collection that I was going to save at my data source, and then when every time I updated the collection, it always just updated the first record in the collection.
I
It
see.
updated it, say I had 20 things in my local collection, updated it, it would just update that 20 times, and it was to do with not, even though the ID field was the same as the ID field, because the columns weren't the same, it went in a bit of a hizzy fit, and so you had to actually add another ID field on it, and oh man, it was.
Well, when you do this, like, because we're only ever adding, it's really cool because then you don't need to even do a patch. Like on my add to SharePoint, it's one line, and all you're doing, you collect back into your main data source
Right.
your collection, and because all the columns are the same, like all you're doing is take that big chunk of data and just dump it in.
That's brilliant.
And like I said, because you're not trying to update anything or anything like that, you're just saying, okay, give me all these ones and create new entries in my data source. You can do a collect. And I thought, there you go, boom, that's excellent.
No, that's wicked. That tip with just create a collection with the defaults is blown my mind. It's changed my life.
It probably won't, but
See the amount of like just JSON and that you put in your patch and stuff. Sometimes it's just horrendous, depending on how big a form you've got. And it just doesn't look good to him. It's hard to manage and stuff like that as well. So no, that's wicked. Absolutely brilliant. I'm well impressed, John. Thank you. Have you anything else to show us? That's two. I'm gonna have to show you two now.
I've got another one, but like, I don't
know. Save it for the video next time, because we need to do these more frequently. The last one here was June.
Was it? Jesus.
I know June was the last one. That was the late one. So so we need to try and do these more often, because we need to catch up more often as well. I think we have to get so carried away with lockdown and virtual stuff. We did even like I see all the virtual pub quizzes and stuff like I used to do with mates and stuff. They've all just tailed off as well, and like you just get so fed up with looking at people in 2D.
I've never done another quiz ever again in my entire life. I just thought that. Jesus, man, the amount of quizzes.
I've not done one. I've missed every one that I was meant to go to. I did all the Zoom chat and that, and but see, actually putting a night aside to do a Zoom. I mean, at the start it was like every Friday night. Who's doing a Zoom chat? I'd jump on Zoom. I can't be fucking off for that, man. Not anymore. They all just tailed off. But
I'm hearing some drama here. I'm going to have to go and deal with it. Will you be all right by yourself for a wee second? And I know this is really unprofessional, but this is really how it goes. But
well,
just talk
start
about. Start your demo, and I'll come back.
I'll start with demo, right?
Perfect. 2 seconds, all right.
Right. So while John's away doing that, I have been doing some work on Power Virtual Agent. So what I'll do, I'll show you what I've got as a virtual agent. I'm going to do that. So what my plan today was to show you what I've got a wee demo set up, but really what I've been learning over the last wee while. It's not complete, the demo. It's actually kind of work in progress. But I'll show you two things. I'll show you what I have been doing in terms of Project Oakdale and creating Power Virtual Agents within Teams. Very basic, how to get started. It's just an awesome, cool wee bit of functionality that you can use to quickly generate a bot. And then I'll go into a wee demo that I set up just for this, and just a basic Power Virtual Agent demo that runs a few flows and does a few conditional statements, get some data from CDS, and that's how wee bot that we've got there. So I'll start off by opening up Teams, share my screen first, of course. Oops, that's the wrong one. There we go, share my screen. So yeah, so we're in Teams here, and I have a licensing team. I don't know what to do with the licensing, I'll just share. Let's do it in the sales team. So we've got a sales team here. I'm going to click on the ellipse and we'll do Power Virtual Agent. So this is within Teams Project Oakdale. It's only in preview at the moment, but you can create a Power Virtual Agent from right within your Teams environment. So let's create a chatbot. I just really want to show you how quickly you can actually create one of those. There's one I made earlier, License Lynn, who is based on Lynn from Alan Partridge, one of my heroes. But let's do a new one. We'll select a team, we'll stick one in the sales team. The first time you do this, it actually takes a wee while to set up because it has to install all the entities in the environment in the background that's required to create your bot. We'll give the bot a name. This time we'll call this one Ripley. I love this wee animation that you get. Now this bot, the purpose of this bot is going to be a Microsoft Power Platform licensing bot. So any queries you've got with your license queries, you can just add, put them into the bot and they'll give you the answer. We're going to start off very, very basic by suggesting topics to our bot. And I'll explain what a topic is as well. The topics are kind of the basics of your bot. So that's the bit that does the work. So that's a topic is what you create your canvas on. So it could be a question. It could be something that's a question that triggers a topic. So say, give me some information on Power Platform licenses, or how much is a Power Platform license. That's called a topic. And you build your bot responses based on that topic. So here's our bot interface. Again, we're still within Microsoft Teams just now. You'll see at the side, we have a list of topics, and it gives us a list of predefined topics and sample topics there as well. We're not going to use any of these. I'm not going to switch them off just now either, because it takes a bit of time to switch them off. Although it looks as if we've got some time. Oh, John's back. Are you, John? With no audio?
I've been back for ages.
Have you?
I've just been enjoying it.
It's like proper presentation mode. Yeah, so we're creating a bot, right? It's easier when you're speaking to someone.
I know. Sorry about that.
Thanks. Yeah, so this is within Teams. We have bot with a load of sample suggestions, which we're not going to use, but we've also got this suggested thing here. So we can like get suggested topics. Now, bear in mind now that our bot doesn't know anything. So how can you get suggested topics for it? Well, I'll show you how. You click suggested topics. You can bung in an online content, a URL to do it. And if I pull up websites, let's see, that's not the one. Where's the website that I've got set up? I'll just find a new one. So let's do Power Platform. Power Platform licensing FAQ. That's the one I want there. Power Platform licensing FAQs. So I can just take that URL and I can stick it into a bot. We can put multiple URLs in, and if we hit start, it goes off to that URL, that FAQ page, and it gets some suggestions for us. Oh, it should, there you go, it's in progress.
So that's just going to that FAQ page and picking all the topics from that, and then that becomes part of your bot.
Yeah. So it just scrapes the web page. I'll show you what the results come back now. Scrapes the page. So I did another one for I did the Argos returns FAQ web page as well, just to because I was looking for just a good FAQ. And so, but what's quite clever is so there was a load of gumph at the start of the Argos one, and then a proper Q&A type bit at the bottom. And it just took all the gumph out and just grabbed the Q&A bit, so it identifies that that's the bit that you're wanting. And I tell you what, you'll see it now. It's pretty good. it's surprisingly accurate.
I've got a funny story about. We done some work for like 2 like proper high street retailers, and so we done the website for them, and then obviously somebody just like copy pasted the terms and conditions and FAQs from one to the other. So when you were onto like their website, it was about a completely different company. It's terrible, isn't it?
Well, we did that as well. We used to work with shopping centres. There was one certain chain of shopping centres that owned a whole. I mean, when I say a chain, a top chain shopping centres that owned a load of shopping centres around the country, and everything was just copy paste between those 7 shopping centres. And I mean,
these were completely 2 separate entities. And
so it's just so there wasn't any company relationship.
So it was like, if we'd copied the FAQs for like this wasn't the companies, but let's just say Argos and B&Q. You know what I mean? If we were doing the websites for those, and then like Argos
like this link to make a complaint, and it goes to the B&Q one.
If you don't like how we B&Q it.
Oh, some of the stuff that people do, they just think they've got to get away with it.
You know what else happened in one of those? Sorry, I know I'm
interrupting you. No, crack on.
We had a guy once who he was testing something, and so he disabled the payment like authorization stuff, and just set everything to go through as paid. And
forgot to put it back on.
It was like 2 days, like 2 days worth of transactions that just went through.
Hey, we've all had those moments, man, when you go, shit. Your heart just comes right up. You go,
it wasn't me.
Yeah, that's all right. It's fine.
I've never done that.
So we've got suggested topics. So look, we've got 61 suggestions based on what we got off the Microsoft page, and as I said, it's amazing. Pretty good. That's so these aren't in your bot yet. So you need to go in and you need to authorize them and publish them. You can edit them as well. So it gives you a wee preview of what it might look like. It says add topic and edit.
Can I just ask one thing? See the trigger phrases. Like, have they got to be like how? Is it just if you ask that exact question?
At the moment, aye, but you add more. So you add more triggers. So this is how is a Microsoft Power Apps and Power Automate license. How much is a Power Apps license? So you can add as many. I don't know if there's a limit. I'm sure 50 something says to me 50, but you can add a lot. But also, as your bot gets used, it learns how to pick things up. So if you've got them, obviously the more phrases, the better, because you try and cover all bases with it. If you've got, say, 10 phrases, and then your people are using it, and they're, again, it's going to pick it up and it's going to learn it. And I've seen one of the examples. It's in the. It's one of the I did the Power Virtual Agent in a day material, and so you basically install, you get your sample data and stuff in your sample bot, and it's you can make a mistake in the text and it picks it up, but obviously that's been trained on it. But let's how much is a Power App license? Then you go to your authoring canvas. Save first. I said, what you might have missed that I said, I'm really just going to show you what I've been learning in Power Virtual Agent. So I'll show you this, and then I actually managed to rustle up a wee demo in like an hour and a half. So I'll show you the demo, and I'll build one for you if you want as well, just because I think it's a dead simple bot. But see if you're not used to, it's quite good to show you how I build it as well, because there's some wee tools that you use in there, just with kind of CDS things that might be benefit to you. So there's our trigger phrases. If you go to this authoring canvas, this is where the magic happens. Your trigger phrases, blah blah blah. There's your message. I'm not going to edit it too much just now, but you've got a link. I mean that is actually pretty accurate. It's pretty good, isn't it? That you've got a bot within minutes. Let's just leave that the way it is and test it.
Like I said, I've said to you before about all this kind of stuff, like the amount of time that to do this 5 years ago, the amount of time, like this is a year-long project.
To do this.
It's incredible, man. It honestly blows my mind.
So if I ask my trigger phrase now again, I'll be exact in this one. How much is license? I bet I've spelled license wrong, which I always do.
You've done it twice, mate. You spelled it different in both things.
I always spell it wrong. Let's just copy it and go Bosch, and then it goes.
Oh, come on. Because you've got it in twice.
Right.
Just paste it again.
Oh, is it because I put it in?
Aye.
It's not finding it. Hold on.
How much is a Power App license?
Hold on a minute. Let's have a look. Let's just copy that bit there. It's because I've not published the bot. That's what it is.
Right, okay.
Saying it's so yeah. So my topic isn't on. You switch your topic on.
Okay.
That's under the pressure. So then I test my bot. How much is the power? Let's do that one. Then it comes back with an answer. So
but like as you said, like as you can see, like how as that bot learns, right, this is related to that topic. Like, just give me it. You know what I mean? Like whatever. That's excellent, man.
So I mean, I think to quickly rustle something up within Teams, create a topic isn't that, and then obviously you get your suggested topics. I mean, it's going to take loads of refinement on that.
100%, aye.
And it's not perfect, but in terms of the source number and everyone's there for you, you've just created a license and FAQs bot within a couple of minutes.
Do you know the worst thing about this is, like, everybody hates bots. Like
everybody everywhere.
You know what I mean? Like, or definitely, like I've had fights with BT in the last week, and I'm just like, just let me speak to somebody. Let me speak to a human.
I
think what this will be really useful for is like help desks and stuff like that.
Well, see, the reason so one of the concepts I had with the licensing bot was I'm saying licensing, just the reason I use licenses because I know that FAQ page is pretty good. I can just grab stuff for it and stuck it in here just to show you. But see where you're like working in an organization where salespeople don't like using Dynamics 365 for sales, or for whatever reason they don't like it. You could create a sales bot for them, and you can chat. So I mean, this sits in Teams. So when I publish that, I publish it to a channel. Let's just go back to home. Test bot, publish bot. When I publish that, I published it to a website. I published it to a channel within Teams. You can have a chat with that bot within Teams. So it's an interface that you're familiar with again. You just go on, you say, how much is this? Give me or you say, how do I enter a new lead? how do I access this
Exactly. Yeah.
SharePoint site? It says you need to do this, you need to speak to this person. But we see with it again back to adaptive cards that we were talking about, the virtual
Exactly.
power
That's
group.
what I was going
You
to
could say so it was in preview, but it's been taken out of preview again. But for wave 2, it would be the next one now. It'll be 2021 wave 1. You can use adaptive cards within these things, so you can send forms. So you can send a form via a bot, get somebody to fill out the form, and that's you creating a lead or creating an opportunity or something in Dynamics 365 for sales. Whereas, and they don't even need to know that they're using D365. They just need to know add a lead by going, how do I do this? Here, you need to add a lead. Here's the form. Bosh. And internally, that's brilliant.
In terms of like communicating with the outside world, not just like internal, like that's where the value is. I think where you make the bot like ask questions, and so you're gathering more and more information that a human can then go and deal with. You know what I mean?
Aye.
Like I think.
Well, I've got to make it work for
I mean,
TSP.
in the sense that, like, if the bot doesn't answer their question, you've got all this information that they've put in for the human then to phone them or to deal with, or
something like password resets. Do you know what I mean? How much time do I have to put
shouldn't even be a thing that you've got to ask somebody for that.
No, it shouldn't be. It's really just verify your identity via bot and get a password reset.
100%.
Right, so that was it within Teams. Now, again, like I said, I tried to build, because I've been doing a wee bit of study on the bot stuff. I thought I'll try and build a demo. I started doing it this afternoon. So this is a lot about a bot. It's not completely finished yet. It's actually for work on a bigger project that I'm doing now. I tried to build it within Teams because I wanted to just use Oakdale. There were challenges, to say the least, in that I couldn't get into the I couldn't get into the CDS data from the bot. So even though I've created, I don't know if you've played with it much, but even like, I'll show you just while we're here. So I think I've showed you the Project Oakdale stuff. So Power Apps within Project Oakdale, or Teams, you can you can get to all the Power Apps. I got to one today where you can, yeah, it is, yeah. So you've got apps, chatbots, flows, tables, all within Teams as part of Project Oakdale. One of the things I found when trying to do my bot within Teams, because I created a database, I created a few tables at the back, I created a bot to access those tables. I couldn't get to those tables, which was really annoying. So I haven't figured that out yet. I'm sure it must be possible, but then who knows? But one of the things I noticed, right? So if I start building a Power App within Project Oakdale within Teams, I get very limited amount of tables that I can create. So here I get a full list of, let's go to existing table characters, right? And I add a new column. I get the full list of CDS fields in there, like unlimited. When I'm in building an app, and I'm creating a, let's get that one there. When I'm in building an app, I don't get all those list of columns that I can add. I have a very limited amount of columns, which is a bit odd. So that's a tip to, if you're to, because I always want to create, I can't remember what type of field it was, an image field. I wanted to create an image field, and you don't get that option. You only get a few. So you only, so if you're in that bit, you only get those fields, which makes sense because it's a limited view. I thought it was the license that was limited, because this is a free license. This is free with MDB and Office 365 license. I can create a chat. The fact you can create a chatbot with an Office 365 license is just blows my mind. At the moment, anyway, it depends how much you use it. And I'm sure there'll be complications in there. And then, but yeah, if you go in through the other way, you can actually have the full list of CDS type fields. But that's that within Teams. So I built a wee demo bot in my playground. Let me pull that up. Private for agents. I'm going to run. I'm actually going to probably run a proper wee series on Power Virtual Agents because I'm learning quite a lot quite quickly, and it's quite good fun, to be honest.
And you know what? I think that like doing like having a record of your journey, like that really helps somebody else as well.
Absolutely, because you find all the slip ups that you've made as well.
Yeah.
So this is my Santa bot. I've not published this anywhere other than the.
I'm not having it.
Right. So this is
Have you got your Christmas tree up or not?
No. I'm actually preparing this for a demo I want to do for a user group.
Wow,
I'll be a sneak peek.
Santa's a big customer, mate.
No, but it is a well, you get all the hits that the bot actions all rank up licenses.
Not your nice list or that
well,
kind of thing.
Let me so basically, I've not published this anyway yet. This is just within here because but I built this in about an hour and a half, and that's probably double my exposure to Power Virtual Agents. So that's the quality of this.
That's
so
incredible.
If I hit Dear Santa, and ho ho. I'm John.
Don't. I'm fucked.
So you're on the naughty list, John. Hope the call brings.
I feel as though I've been set up here.
So
did that answer your question? Fuck you,
Santa.
It's
just yes. 5 stars. 5 stars, of course. Of course, you're getting 5 stars for that, right? So that's one scenario, right? So let's reset it again. And I'll build this. I'll show you how to build this. So I had to put that wee bit extra in. So, Dear Santa.
Fuck you, Santa.
So this is Brogan. Say I'm logging in as Brogan. Yeah. So Brogan. Brogan's on the nice list. He's being a good boy this year. Oh, Brogan. You'd be a good boy this year. What would you like for Christmas? Right. So Brogan wants some Treasure X stuff. So
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah. So he wants Treasure X. He says, "Yep." What is it? Is it like this one? Just make sure he's got it right. Sends me a link to the Treasure X thing. I go
and get your mum and dad to pay for it.
I say yes, that's the one. And he goes, superb, super. Santa, that's the way Santa speaks. He goes, super. Have a wonderful Christmas, Brogan. Did that answer your question? Yep. There you go. Right. So you're not seen this yet. So if I'm over to my, I haven't finished this bit yet, to be fair, but I'm over in Teams, and I'm Paddy, logging into Teams on a.
Oh, you're not Santa.
Bit of both. And I get, oh, who's this popped up in my chat? It sends me an adaptive card saying, my picture of Matt Hidiger, because I haven't finished it yet.
I see you copy and pasted from the.
Literally just copied it. I told you, an hour and a half, man. But the idea is,
I appreciate it.
But the whole point was to demonstrate that the content's dynamic. It says, Christmas present request for Brogan. I'll put the description of that in there. And then if I click the view button, it takes me to the website and I can add it to my basket, etc. Right. So let's have a look at what that bot, how we built that. Do you want to just build a new one and show you how I built it?
Well, if it's going to take an hour and a half, then
it's not.
I know.
It's obviously not going to take an hour and a half. I won't. I'll just I'll show you how it's built. So we have a topic. What I want for Christmas. I created it by hitting a new topic. That just brings up.
I just got a wee sneak peek there. Yo, Santa.
Hi. So they're my trigger phrases.
Brilliant.
So, what I want for Christmas. Yo, Santa. Hey, Santa. Dear Santa. You add your trigger phrases in. Then you go to this authoring canvas, right? So once you create a topic, the authoring canvas, which we looked at earlier.
So this is what gets fired when any of those phrases get detected. Yeah.
Aye. So as soon as you hit Near Santa, Dear Santa, you can also like wake the bot as well. So there's a standard reply that you can configure. So let's if I go back to my Lynn one, says license Lynn there. There she is. Love Lynn. I can.
Got my foot stuck in a spike, Lynn.
Hi. You can go to a flow chat and trigger a bot. She's not working. Oh, there she is. I'm Lynn, your personalised assistant. I'm a hard worker, but there's no affection.
Oh, that's brilliant. Love it.
And you can chat to Lynn. So you can have so if you don't know what to ask for, you don't know any of the key phrases, you can just say, help, Lynn.
I've got my foot stuck in a spike, Lynn.
So and then you
Dan!
a trigger.
Dan! Sorry.
So there you go. The first thing is a message. You say ho ho ho. I wish I was that, Joe. That'd be good if I show you how to create these. Let's just create one.
There's your Claire. Claire.
Oh, there she is. Hang
on.
So obviously my lobby isn't working.
Can't move these off that weird screen, so I can't get you over here. Sorry, I'm late.
All right.
Honestly, you missed
You've
belt. You've missed all the good stuff.
It's probably the best show ever. Yeah,
I was trying to get in earlier on, and it just all fell apart.
There's literally like 4 people.
John left me on my own.
Oh, that's not working out,
me
is
it? To just talk to no one. So.
I had to go and deal with drama.
Life.
Yeah. A crisis. Yeah.
I don't know how to fix that. Oh, there we go. Got you. Got you.
Should we put it to the vote then? Should I build my bot live and show you how it was built, or should I just show you how I built it? Did you see my bot, Claire?
No. Is it the license guy? Is it Lucy? No. Lisa? What's her name?
Lynn.
Oh, that's close.
Better than that.
No, this is. let's do this. It's only a quick demo.
Effectively, Paddy's saying I'm a terrible person.
What'd you do, John?
I have no idea. But Santa says
I've had to drink diluting juice. That's where I'm at.
What? Oh, are you okay?
Oh, that's not the first thing you've been drinking.
Ah, okay, that's.
So I check this out. So, dear Santa.
Oh, nice.
And who might you be?
Who might you be?
I'm John Condron.
I've been a good boy.
So it tells John
Santa's going to disagree. There he goes.
Tells John to do one.
Have a shit day.
And then he asks for some
feedback. John.
Then he asks for some feedback. Of course, gets a 5 stars because it's Santa.
Of course.
Fuck you, Santa.
I love it.
This is something a wee project that literally started today. This is Brogan.
Nice. Bet Brogan's been awesome.
Brogan's been a good boy.
Yes!
So you've been a good boy. What would you like for Christmas? He wants a Treasure X.
Oh.
So he says, well, this one here.
Like this one?
Yeah, that's the one.
Nice.
And he goes, yep. And he goes, oh, super, that's sorted. I'll get that sorted for you, Brogan. Over in Teams, meanwhile, and this is the bit I've not finished yet. This is as far as I could get before I had to
run out of time.
Aye. I get an adaptive card.
An adaptive card!
With
Matt Heidinger's face on it.
Who knew Matt Heidinger was Santa Claus?
Did everyone spot my Troy McClure gag in the blog? Where it was like, this is Matt Heidinger, who you may recognise from such sample cards as a Christmas present from Brogan.
Yeah. But the point is, it's direct. The point is, it's direct. And if I click view, I can go, just buy that.
Love it.
And the idea is that I'm going to put an approval process in. I actually expand this.
I wanted other shit as well, Santa.
you know, well, again, I've spent the last few days looking at the Amazon API, but you can't spend days looking at it. I think it'd be easy to get to. It's not. You finally find out how to get to the product search API, because I wanted to just look for product, put a thing in, go to Amazon, do a flow connector, do that. You need to pay for it. You need to pay for 30 quid a month for a seller account.
Of course you do.
Things. I was like, you know what? Nah. So I had an hour and a half today. I couldn't bother with that. So I just I've kind of just put data into CDS.
Well done, son.
The way to build it then, and the reason I was going to show how to build it, because really some of the like fetch XML builder and stuff like that to do the Power Automate stuff, John won't have seen that before, and anybody watching SharePoint side probably doesn't know that you can do all that kind of easy stuff easy. So, and
they've had an update this week, have they not, to make it even easier again?
Because I only had an hour and a half, I didn't apply the update. I just said update later.
Fair play.
But so if we wanted to create this bot, I'm going to shove that over to my other screen in case I got lost. Because it doesn't really just showing you how the bots come together doesn't really do them justice, because it's a wicked wee interface. So if I go to PVAs.
But Claire, what me and Paddy were talking about earlier was like how incredible it is that you can do something like that in an hour and a half.
I know, it's wild, isn't it?
Like, come on, stop it.
I know. Like, it just makes everything almost too easy.
Like, honestly, let's say Hamleys wanted something like that 5 years ago.
Tomorrow.
But like, if they want, see if they wanted that 5 years ago, that's a year-long project where like 10 developers try
to ask Santa.
Just to ask Santa a question
and
get a response. Do you know what I mean? Like that. Oh, I don't know.
And you can put them in. You can put them in content snippets on a Power Apps portal, so you can in theory spin up a website and put a bot in it in 2 hours.
And well, I was showing John the. So I didn't really have anything planned for the night, but I thought I'll just show what I've been learning on bots. I was showing John the suggested topic stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Where just using the Microsoft licensing FAQs,
so
grabbing that.
Go grab an FAQ and just pull it all in. Job done.
It's worth creating an FAQ. Just
like licensing. It works on like insurance websites. You can go straight to like the .gov site, and you can run it straight off of there. You can run it off of like the kind of core regulatory bodies and then pad it out with your own local content. But in all honesty, you can just go, what is the law? That's the law. There's your answer. It's awesome.
It also takes loads of refinement. It's not just 5 minutes and you're done. But it's just good how you can do something so quickly. So we'll just call this one Mrs. Santa. We'll stick it in that one there. I was trying to do this through Oakdale, as I was telling John, but as soon as you get to creating flows, trying to get to that and find out where your data is stored for Oakdale was just a challenge.
I mean, we today we installed like one of the kind of templates from Microsoft. It was the employee ideas thing. And then we're like, well, where is that data? And then like you don't know where the data is until you open it in the Power Apps Studio, and then it says it's in CDS, but I'm like, that must be like Project Oakdale stuff. So like, because there's no license implication, so like what did I do here? But see, to actually install it, I was like, that's really straightforward. Like, how do I make an app, or how do I make a Power App that uses Project Oakdale or CDS and have that on App Source? That's what I want to know next.
You probably can't.
Probably can't yet.
Yeah, it's another word. Because again, the thing is, you'd probably have to upgrade it to. Would you have to update it to full CDS to get it on App Source?
Even then, we're saying, but then what do I do? Like, and as part of the how is that deployed? Like if I want to put that on app source so that somebody clicks a button to say I want this app, like there must be PowerShell scripts or something running to create they're not entities anymore, but are they? I don't know.
Tables.
Create the entities or create the space somewhere. Like how does all that work? Do any of you guys know?
It'll be a solution file that'll go through some sort of pipeline in the background.
Aye.
It'll be I don't know. I'm not going to say it's DevOps because it probably won't be at that scale, but it'll be some sort of release pipeline based on a similar principle where it just because you see as soon as you do anything off regardless of whether it's a first party app or some of app source, you just see the solutions all getting created and getting imported. So it's something like that.
Sorry, I interrupted you again, Paddy. I did that when I'm
no,
drunk,
that's
man.
all right.
Sorry.
This is why I should never go last. I always go last for some reason. I always have like the longest presentation because I'm like, right. Anyway, so we've created a new bot. This is Mrs. Santa. We want to create a topic because that's where bots will run from. That's what your topic of conversation with the bot. Click new and add some trigger phrases. So as I said, dear Santa is a good one. I added Yo Santa. He's on the list if he is. Yo Santa. Have some respect. I should actually put that in. Have some respect for your elders. You're not getting your treasure X. But there's your trigger phrases. And then again, the author and canvas is where the magic happens. And as you'll see, it is just, it's dead easy. Well, now it is. I'm sure it'll get hard as the product grows. So there's your message. And then when you click plus, you've got like different types of actions or messages to do. You can ask a question, call an action as a flow, show a message, go to another topic so you can span across different topics or end the conversation. We will ask a question. What's your name? Load of different types of questions. These are called entities, just to confuse things. Maybe that's why they changed the name. No, these are called, so these, yeah, so the entities, they are still staying as entities and they're different from CDS entities. They are things like money, there's some pre-built ones like color and money. And so as it gains understanding of what money or what the entity is, then it'll be able to like recognize people inputting money. So if I put in a tenner, it's probably not going to recognize a tenner.
I may not recognize a tenner, but it could one day.
It could one day. 10 quid it might recognize.
Yep.
£10 it probably will. But again, that's an entity within your database. So that's probably why they've renamed the entity. It's not just to be user-friendly to the office workers. But yeah, so you teach it entities. That's what it is. I'm not going to look at that just now. We're just going to say that we want to look at the user's response. And that creates a variable for us. So we can say var name response. You can choose whether it's within the full bot or whether it's just for this topic. So what context it's going to be. Put in the bot for name. Let's go use that later on. And then you can test it as you go, but let's just build it. Then what we did is it's called an action. I'll pull up the action for you. So PVA was find contacts. It takes an input of provided name. It's name response, so you put your input, and then it gives you two outputs as well. And you can open that up and have a look at it, what's in there. Like I said, it's done in an hour and a half, so there's no error handling or anything. Let me shoot me down clear. It is very much fudged data.
There you go.
So yeah, so you've got a var provided name, which is the input of your flow. First thing we do is list contacts. Yeah, so John, this is what I was going to say about. So we're filtering that query, but if you don't know OData, you can just use fetch XML. So if you open up an app, we'll do the customer service one. You've seen advanced find, John?
Yeah.
Sure. I opened this before we're on the call so that it wouldn't do this. I'll close it again.
This is dynamics.
There you go.
Slow.
Great.
So no, the rest of
Nah,
it's
this
fine. It's
is-
just this one bit
Yeah.
that they're trying to encourage us not to use. It would appear.
They use it advanced
I
find
imagine,
all the time.
there must be something new coming for advanced find.
They'll
I
need
think
to
they're
take-
trying.
It's the amount of entities that are included in it. I think that because that list is ridiculous.
Yeah.
You need to be able to filter advanced find or filter it based on the app. So yeah, so the best way to do like a query, John, is if I say full name contains and so I check my results fine, advanced find, and then I can hit download fetch XML. Creates a wee fetch XML document. And I can use this wonderful tool called the XM Toolbox to open that file. I can just check my query is good. And
So the only thing you need to know is that it will also include the select. So the columns that Paddy's got there are full name and contact ID. You will only get full name and contact ID in your next parts of your flow, unless you include the columns in your fetch XML query. So it does the select and the filter.
So I don't use the fetch XML, I just use the power up parameters. I don't use the select. I just click. So if I use the filter query and I click that,
yep,
it just copies it and I stick it in there.
So you're using that to get that, whereas you could have just pasted it directly into fetch XML.
Aye, so I could have got the fetch.
Yep. And not gone via XRM, just gone straight to flow.
I could have just went straight to flow.
Yeah.
But,
so you can put that into flow, but it includes the select.
You can put it in there and includes the select.
Yep.
However, fetch is slow compared to OData, and you get a warning. Have you seen the warning come up?
Yeah.
So I just always, it's one of the things that the first time somebody shows you it, you go, whoa, and you just do it that way. That's why I'm doing it. I would love to say it's because it was to speed up performance. That's just a bonus. It's just because that's the first way I was shown to do it, and I just used the OData. So you're getting you get all your attributes. Again, that's probably going to slow things down as well. But you get all your attributes if you just use the filter query. So yeah, I just paste that in there, take out the variable, and add my dynamic content. Yeah, so it lists the contacts. It gets the first one, and it pushes them back out to Power Virtual Agent, the contact ID, and the list. And like I say, this is a work. Hi, whether he's on the naughty or nice list. It's a work in progress. So I am going to do something with to do with orders. I want to do something. I was trying to do with the Amazon API, but even like the Bing shopping one, you can't get that. You can't get to the Google shopping one without being a partner. It's too much hassle.
I'm just going to say something for all the SharePoint folk out there. Like in your OData query, you used contains, and that's what you use everywhere. But if you try and use it in SharePoint and a SharePoint query, it doesn't work. So if you do substring of, and then the field name and what you want to find, then that'll work.
Nice.
Awesome. So there's our outputs, and then we do condition to say, hold on a second. If the list is false, that's just a flag. that's on there. Then show a message. You must be John. Or show a message, and then you continue that conditional branch down there, and that's just it again and again. Just add more flows. The other flows that I added were, we can look at them. I'm not going to go into each step. Just wanted to show you the kind of wee interface. I quite like this, the way it jumps up. If you cancel something, it just
That's nice.
This orphans them as well. However, I can't find out how to get them back on.
Oh.
Because I thought that, because I did this, I had a huge 3-step, quite a decent branching thing here. I orphaned it, and then I thought, I must be able to just climb. That's brilliant. And I couldn't find how to get them back down. I had to delete them, but it does tell you that you can. It does say in the topic checker that you can add them back into the thing. So whether I'm just missing something, I don't know. But yeah, you save that, and then that should publish it. That's your bot built. The only other flow was the adaptive card one, which I've not finished. And again, there's nothing that fancy in it. It just the team's action of sending an adaptive card
send
to
a message from Matt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since like 10 to 8, it's like, I'm not cooked dinner yet. Shit.
Spamming in.
But the point is that the point's there.
It's all about the principle. It's all about
it's to show you what I've learned in Perfect Agents. As I learn Perfect Agents, I'm doing recordings and notes. So stay tuned for some Power Virtual Agent videos coming your way. And I think it's good. I want to do something really cool with this Santa bot, because I think it's certainly an approval process. But I'm so gutted I can't get a product lookup API without having to pay for it.
That is pretty disappointing.
Yeah. I registered as an associate and everything, and I need 3 sales to make it to do it. So
like 3 of us.
Yeah, we'll all buy something.
We'll all buy like one really minor thing.
I'd buy something for £1.
I would go as far as £1.50, Paddy, for your Santa bot.
All right,
I'd
go as far as £1.50.
That's why you're on the naughty list. That's why you're on the naughty list, John. Because you're tight.
I can't believe I've got this reputation now as a terrible person. I mean, I understand it because I know I am, but like I always try to be nice to other people.
Nah, you're sound. You can go on the naughty list. I was thinking like do that again. Depends. I've only got a few weeks to do it, but I might do some wee score thing. Like every time he's naughty, he gets a. Not John.
Not John specifically.
John,
generally,
every time he's naughty, he gets a mark against him. Every time he's good, he gets a star. And if he gets enough stars, then he gets a Christmas present. If not, he gets coal. He'd probably like coal better than a present, to be honest, because he makes a mess.
Coal's awesome. I got it one year and it was hilarious.
It's too messy.
Yeah, like it just makes you want to draw on the walls.
Oh, I know, not cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Claire, I can't believe you missed my demos.
What was your demo?
They were probably the best demos you've ever seen in your life.
How did I miss that one? There was 2?
Two.
So one of them was about how you can have a gallery where you select multiple items and then delete those items from your data source. And then the next one, I should have probably done them the other way around, thinking about it. But the next one was how to add multiple items to a collection and then move them all to your main data source.
Oh, nice. They do both sound quite good.
Collection
I'm going to watch this back later.
Sorry?
I'm going to watch this back later.
I bet
you would.
No, I might.
I bet. No, I think
you'll start watching it, and then you go, "Oh, fuck this."
I'll write it on this list of things that I was supposed to have done this week. Right, I'll put it on this list.
But yeah, I mean, I've not spoken to you in person, but congratulations again.
Thank you,
Miss MVP.
Awesome. Is it like a fire hose of information, Claire?
Yeah, it's a bit. It is. Yeah, it's been a fairly wild month.
Is it good though? Do you feel good about it?
Do I feel weird about it? Yes, I do feel good about it. I don't feel like I've got to use the power for good yet.
Yeah, but it's only been a week. Like 2 weeks.
Nearly 2 weeks. I feel like I should have done something with it by now.
Well, I feel as though like there's some people who I've seen as MVPs, and I'm like, I don't. And you do stuff like there's nobody can deny the amount of stuff that you do, and then there's other people who I think, what did they do?
You don't know what's going on in the background, though.
You don't know, yeah, and that's the difference.
I guess that's
See,
but then there's other people who I think, how do you do your job, and then
And
all
that.
this other stuff, like,
Yeah.
come on,
a lifestyle.
That's not right.
Aye. And it is. It totally is.
We need a work-life balance in this.
I think you need to make that decision, don't you? You need to say, right, this is what I'm doing. Now it's like those. I could put skydiving, right? Because like, and even like, I was big into ice skating as well, and ice hockey and stuff when I was a kid. But see the people who do well at it, they're the ones that work at ice rinks, and they're the ones who live in a tent on drop zones.
Yep.
And do you know what I mean? And it's one of these things where like you need to make that choice, and you probably start doing it not made that choice. But then once it gets, you have to.
Yeah, you don't live at a drop zone and go, that looks like quite fun. That thing that happens above my head every day. You don't move there until you've gone, I'm going to make this my life.
Aye. And I think that comes that point. And even with the contribution stuff and MVP stuff, I suppose you can start doing your contributions, but there comes a point where you go, shit, this is actually getting a lot. And you have to make the decision then to say, actually, I'm going to go for this or not. Again, back to skydiving, it's like, so I'm a fun jumper. I just jump for fun. Like, you get pros and you get fun jump.
I mean, either way, you jump out of planes for fun, so you're mad.
It takes me a long
I'd love to
time
do it professionally,
just to get into an aeroplane. Never mind jump out it.
Jumping, it's easy. It's flying up that's the hard bit. Because you're thinking about stuff. You jump out, you're not thinking about stuff. You just float about.
Woo! Yeah, no thanks. Wow. I used to not cross on a red man until I got like a decent life insurance policy.
What?
You couldn't pay me to fucking jump out of a plane.
But so I had this conversation with my sister, fireworks night, and her neighbours were setting off fireworks, and one of them like come back and hit the house or something.
Yep.
And I was like, whoa. And we had kids in that round, and I was just like, do you know what? I will never ever buy fireworks to set off the garden. Absolutely not.
I think they should be.
And driving and stuff like that stresses me out as well. And it's. I don't know. Everybody weighs up risks differently, and I'd say I'm
not sure they do, Paddy. I'm not sure they do. Most people think jumping out of planes is weird.
No, it's
just
not,
putting out there.
But the risk involved is probably the benefit that you're getting from taking that risk is a lot more than buying fireworks. I would jump out a plane before I bought a firework because it's there's so much risk involved.
Haven't justified all of that. I would too.
You have got so much stuff. There's such an emphasis on safety. I feel
the level of like HSE and like
you
shenanigans run about it. I would jump out of a plane before I would set off a firework. I'm not saying that means that jumping out of a plane is normal.
But it's not normal. But that's the good thing about it, isn't it? It's stepping out of your comfort zone. Like speaking at public engagements isn't normal. It's stepping outside your comfort zone and getting a buzz out of it. And that's the same thing. That's one of the things that drives me to the speaking and stuff and all that, because it's stepping out of my comfort zone. I love stepping out of my comfort zone. Still wouldn't buy a firework.
Like, I'm an actor now.
Oh yeah, John's an actor.
John's an actor.
You missed. This is the bit you missed.
What
this was right in the beginning. But that was really stepping out of my comfort. But like being like see going up and playing and singing in front of people
Mhm.
and stuff like that. Like that is really terrifying, but it's amazing. So I kind of get it with Paddy. He likes to jump out of planes. I like
For
to
real.
get drunk in pubs and play guitar.
It's not a buzz. I don't really get the buzz I get out of it is that I've done something that I'm completely uncomfortable with, and it's the surreal of it. It's not like a roller coaster where, because I love roller coasters as well. You go on a roller coaster, you go, yeah, that was a big buzz, woo. But it's not that, because you don't get that feeling. You just go out and you float. You don't, because you're already moving at speed, so you don't get that big rush. You just go out and you go, that was mental, and
I'm alive still.
that's it. Yeah, you go.
Cool.
But yeah. But anyway, but I suppose that's like speaking as well. I've not spoken at a big public
It is a
event,
little bit
but
like that.
you're going to go, and you get to the end of it, and you go,
You're scared. You're ready. You're there, and then you're like, oh, thank God, that's over. That was amazing.
It's about, so I'm going into my hypnotherapy, my Buddhist monk stuff and that, right? And it's about the moment, and it's about having, like, bringing yourself into the moment that's happening right now, and nothing brings you into that moment. Well, there is a thing to do.
As much as being terrified.
As much as being terrified, and like say a skydive or again in front of hundreds of people, and so you're in the moment. All you need to deal with is right now. Forget everything else.
Adrenaline for good.
It's same like even like when I was mega stressed. I wasn't stressed skydiving because you just jump out, and the only thing you think about is just pull that at the right time, and you're fine because you can't go anywhere else. But anyway, we're digressing.
John's vanished.
John's off. Oh, well, John's gone. You'll appreciate this. I got this in the post today. Wasn't kidding.
That's cool.
Sheriff's badge.
I love it. Oh, he's back.
He's back.
Sorry.
Oh, sheriff's badge in the post today. Tomorrow, a cowboy hat and a.
What's the rationale?
It's governance.
Paddy, I can show you my cowboy hat if you want.
I feel that's a euphemism.
No, I don't. I'll take my top off if you want.
Yeah, it's governance. I think it's one of the things where I think I taught myself into it, and then as a bit of a joke, I was like, yeah, just a Wild West of power.
Oh my!
You know?
It's not really.
It's a bit.
Headphones, but
it's a bit. I said a few good nights out, innit?
I said a couple of good. Yeah.
See, like I've got a proper Stetson, but it's downstairs. So
you're downstairs Stetson. That's not a euphemism, John.
I bought it for a wedding, and I absolutely love it. My downstairs.
Do you hate the person?
My downstairs stays specifically for weddings.
Worryingly enough, you know what's really worrying? I need to look at my circle of friends because I actually have another pal that I would not be surprised at coming out and wearing a cowboy hat on or dressed as a cowboy. So that's two.
Wait, what?
Just comes in with takes his cowboy hat. He's a Welsh guy, Dan. Yeah. Just over a cowboy hat. And again, we turn up to an event, a Welsh dude with a cowboy hat on. Yeah.
Honestly, I think I was the best dressed person at the wedding with my new Stetson. It's a belter.
Did you wear your chaps?
It's called it's a Stetson Stratoliner. It's an absolute belter.
That's a proper name, isn't it, for a hat?
It feels like a real hat name.
It sounds it's like a guitar or something.
Stratoliner.
Google it.
Honestly, it's a belter of a hat. Have a guess how many hats I've got.
It's actually a really nice hat. It has a nice hat.
Well, mine costs $7.99 off Amazon, so you can imagine what it's going to be like
$179 according to hatshopping.co.uk.
when it comes in tomorrow.
It's a nice hat.
I love it so much.
No, good hat. Good hat. I back your hat.
Thank you very much.
That's cool.
That's other cowboy hat that I just flung in the flare there. That's a Stetson as well.
No.
I don't know the name of it. It looks like
been run over by a tractor.
It looks like a more like Indiana Jones type hat.
Yes, it's been on a couple of
it's been around.
West Indian adventures. Yeah.
Adventures. I think that's as done, to be honest. Unless you get in, Claire. Did you bring? Did you bring
No,
any
I
shows?
didn't bring anything.
No. Do
No.
you watch shows then? No.
No.
Nah, don't bother.
No.
I was
Last
quite
time.
happy just getting drunk.
No, I did that first. That was my problem.
I enjoyed the journey.
It makes all the
Or
difference, really.
You can't see it, Claire, but like I bought a beer machine.
What?
Like a perfect draft.
Well,
if you
a
know that.
keg. Oh, like a perfect pour.
It looks so
And,
good.
So I've got it right here next to me, and like it's amazing. I love
That's
it.
a mess waiting to happen. I love it.
Well,
It's a mess already happened.
Well, I drank this to celebrate, and then I was like, I can't drink anymore.
Celebrate.
Drink. Yep.
What celebrate?
Because my statue arrived.
Oh, did you get it?
And I got all excited.
Oh.
So then I drank the whole bottle of Prosecco, having finished the bottle of wine earlier, and I was like, no, I
Tell
need
you
to
what,
have
do you know what?
I need to have a lie down, but also I said I would be here, so I couldn't not turn up. So I thought Drunk Claire would turn up instead.
That's awesome. Let's see that
And
was
drink the lip
worth.
juice.
It was worth you coming on for that. Just see, I said, have you any shows? Have you any shows?
Oh
You
yeah,
said,
no, that's not even mine.
nothing to show you. But I've got an MVP award.
I got an MVP award, but then the first thing I thought when I took it out of the box was, this is got murder weapon written all over it. Like it's 87% corners and it's so
jaggy.
heavy.
Is it?
Mm-hmm. Mind that EastEnders episode where she beat that guy to death with the ashtray.
Steve Owen, that's my favourite EastEnders story. Saskia.
This one.
Saskia
Aye. This is get that written all over it. This is get Murder She Wrote episode to the T.
We're talking about EastEnders. I definitely think that's the end of it.
Yep.
See, nothing's. I've got this. Look, you see, what do you see that? See, you might have your MVP award, but look at that.
Look at that.
Is that a Brogan award?
Mm-hmm. That's a pure awesome data award.
Now, there's what? Well, I suppose you are the only Scottish. You're the first Scottish female business applications.
I am.
I was going to say there's only three.
There's only three of us, and I'm the only one that doesn't have a beard. So that's how that works.
Well, only me and Santa have one of these. So I
love it. That's good.
That's incredible.
I think it's well earned.
There's the other half that fell off. Cool, we'll wrap up then. Thanks everybody for joining us. There's four people watching.
Who the hell's watching this?
Thanks for joining us. We had zero before you came on.
Hey, all of a sudden you get an MVP and you're like, oh, I'm too good for this.
I'm too good for this. And did you tweet out, I'm about to join?
No, I didn't. But maybe I should have.
There'd have been about 1 million people joined after that.
They would have missed all the demos.
They'd have missed all the good stuff.
Exactly. Which means after the fact, I was there. It was really good. I'm sure.
I feel like I want to just demo again, just because there's an MVP now.
I'm going to my bed.
Yeah, I want to go to my bed, John.
After all we've been through. Well, I'm genuinely probably going to Zoom other people until about 4 o'clock in the morning.
Well, I'm certainly going to end the live stream because
that's a good idea. Bye everyone.
Bye. There you go. Because I'm happy having a few views, but we're